Greetings and salutations. This is Jason Silverain, and I think this is going to be my final video on Fallen London. Now, I've been playing it for a little while, and I'll be honest, I've got mixed feelings about it. When I initially picked up the game, I was hoping to find something like more like a traditional choose-your-own adventure, something something a bit more like a novel in a way. What it is how to best describe Fallen London I found is think of all those Facebook games you get where they've got quite an interesting element to them, a little bit grindy, but you don't really get that far in them because there's constantly either timer delays or the one that everyone hates, friends requests. You've required amount of friends, or you can only get certain things for other people, stuff like that. So if you've only got like 3 people that play it, you'll never get the stuff that you need to actually get any further because you need at least 20 people to play it, and constantly sending out requests annoys everyone. Fallen London kind of like strips all that crap out. To me, it's just like one of those Facebook games without any of the annoying friend stuff, but still with the sort of grinding element to it, but with a really awesome setting and quite an interesting story. But the story's told in just like little paragraphs here and there, scattered everywhere. I mean, I've been going through the wiki and TV tropes and various other places I go to try and get a general overview in things like this, where there is just stories scattered everywhere and I don't have the opportunity to find it. Now, I've come across a few bugs. I don't know if this is because of no script, which I've even disabled on the site, but it keeps coming up. I've had several issues with these cards where I'll do a card, I'll click on the card, and rather than bring me up options, all it will bring up is onwards. I can't even go perhaps not do anything, but I just lose my action. Now, part of this actually might be due to what I've been reading on the forums, is when you get your stats up to a certain level, you can't actually do certain plot lines because you're too good for them. So, even though most of the plots I'm barely be able to get scraped through because I'm still a beginning level character, if you actually do all the grinding, which takes forever, you can't do them because you're cut off from them. And I think that's just a bit of a poor design. Granted, yeah, you don't want someone just grinding up insanely high and then just breezing for everything, but at the same time you want to reward players for actually getting a high rank. Also, if you get high enough ranks in certain ways, then normally easily accessible items suddenly vanish. They become really expensive or really hard to get, and that's frustrating because in the early start of the game you will have the experience of these items are really easy to get, and you'll be selling them left, right and centre, but then when you need them later you won't be able to get them. So there's actually items out there that purposely nerf your character and deteriorate your stats, and hell, there's even whole plot lines that deteriorate your stats, so you can sort of rise and fall. Now, apparently, if you die in the game, you can never go back to the surface for some reason. But you just get raised like some necromantic zombie critter. Essentially, you're still you, but you're undead. And it's never explained. I've not seen anything that explains why, but I've heard a lot about that in forums. I mean, this game has had people playing it for like 3 or 4 years, and they still not completed it. That's because some plot lines just simply aren't fully written, and you have to wait for them to be finished. I mean, 1 or 2 of them, they've had so much feedback, or it just seems so grim, that those plot lines are no longer available to people. And some of them, to get the best outcomes, you don't need stats or anything, you have to buy it. You need to pay with fate, which I don't mind buying to start a plot line if it's like a special one or something. But no, I mean, I wouldn't mind if there was ways to earn fate, other than just paying for it. Like, you could grind fate really slowly, but I don't know. I've not got. I'll be honest. I don't have the patience for this kind of thing anymore. A few years ago, I had a big spree of Facebook games and this kind of browser-based game, But this 10 minutes just becomes frustrating. Now, you may be thinking I'm hating on the game. I'm not. Best way to describe this is it's becoming a smartphone game. Actually, I think that's probably the best medium for it. Someone playing this for maybe 10 minutes once a day during their lunchtime, just for something interesting, getting a little wrapped in, but not having the time to really get involved, is perfect. As a browser game, I mean, hell, I've been like playing this on the side while we're doing my game this evening with my friends, and I'll be honest, it just frustrated me. The constant bug where I was losing actions. So remember, you use 10 minutes for each action. When you lose 3 or 4 of those actions, that's 40 minutes of waiting, just wasted. And later on, there's been people who've been almost one-shot killed due to certain events, and they've done their best not to die because they want to try and get to the surface. Not that I think you can actually get to the surface at this point. So that's been some people gone. I've been playing this for 3 years. I've paid for tons of stuff, but now I'm leaving the game because I've been killed by some event I presume is unfair. Now I'm finding money is a blooming nightmare to get because I don't know what I can sell. I don't know what's useful, what's not. And that said, the actual bazaar, actually finding things, I like the fact there's lots of different shops, but at the same time, I've been finding it awkward going between which shops, you know, I'm supposed to be buying clothes from, and the clothes prices jump from like less than £1 to 12 quid. Yeah, £12 or whatever the currency is again. I can't actually honestly remember. Oh, echoes. Yeah, go from less than 1 echo to 12, and that jump is again frustrating because I've sold off all the rubbish equipment that doesn't actually do anything, but I just can't get anything new. And I've been trying to, I just say, I just have to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over to slowly build my levels up. And as I say, it's something that's advertised as a choose your own adventure. That just irks me. But it has a niche though. As browser games go, it strips out all the horrible stuff of Facebook games, apart from that timer, which is frustrating as hell in all honesty. And if you like that kind of game, this is the best example you can find of it. But for me, playing this, no, I'm not going to be doing any more. At least it's easy to deactivate your account. But I want to thank them once more for bringing this to my attention that the MCM Fail Better Games does have some very good potential with it, but it's not the type of game I'm into. So thank you for watching. If you're into this, I'd love to hear a bit of feedback, and I hope you do well. And I'll catch you next video.